What up, gang? Um, Quick book review for you guys. Got two books. And it's been probably 4 or 5 months since I've read a good bit. I actually just finished another book. We'll get to that in a second. But this book is The 100-Year Marathon by Michael Pillsbury. This book was pretty good. I rated it a either 3 or 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. So basically, what this book is, it's the 100-Year Marathon. On the front of the title, it says China's secret strategy to replace America as the global superpower. So, a lot of what it talks about in this book is basically how China has convinced the U.S. and all of the people that the Chinese are this oppressed country by the entire world, and they essentially try to make everyone feel bad for them, when the reality is it's not that case at all. They go back and use these ancient, like, samurai techniques of, hey, let's make our opponent think that we're not a threat. So then, when the time comes, when they're at their weakest, we're actually at our strongest, and then we can strike and take them over. I forget the name of that specific strategy, but a lot of this book talks about ancient strategies that the Chinese have used for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years over and over again to take over, multiple Chinese dynasties, to take over other countries, to become successful in business and all that stuff. So, and Michael Pillsbury, he was actually a Chinese, he's like a intelligence agent who specialized in China. He spent so many years in China, and he would come back and report. He would have intelligence in Chinese government kind of reporting back to him what they were talking about, what they were doing to ensure that they were doing everything they can to kind of get ahead of America in every aspect. And they're trying to become as self-sufficient as possible. And, I'm sure you guys know, everything that's made in China comes to America. All American goods actually come from China. A lot of them, at least. So, but I recommend this book. It's pretty good. It talks a lot about politics, a little bit about some ancient history, current events. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this book. It's not one of the best books I've read, but I would definitely recommend for everyone to read it, just because it is good. Next book is this one. This book was a gift. Build a Business, Not a Job, by David Finkel. This book is 130 pages long, and it took me 3 months to get through. It's not great. It honestly felt like a 130-page ad for their business scaling company. It felt like an infomercial. It was just, they give you like 5% information and 95%, hey, this works. Here are 100 different case studies of why it worked. And it's just, glad I read it, but definitely never going to read it again, and probably would not recommend. There's so much better business knowledge in so many other books out there that you can get the same shit that's in this, without all the time wasting fluff. A lot of it is, I'll just spoil it for you guys. Don't read it. It's a lot about delegation and getting like the 5 pillars of your business, which are what? Leadership, operations, time, or team, which is like HR, finance, There's one more, but they're basically just, hey, spend most of your time finding good people to delegate these tasks out to. And the whole thing is about building an owner independent business, so you're not a slave to your own company, which is totally valid, and that's a great concept that every entrepreneur or business owner should be thinking of from the start, to not get themselves stuck in that trap where they're working 100 hours. They might be making $500,000 a year, but if you're working 120 hours out of a 168-hour week, then is that the life you want? And that's kind of what this book talks about. But like I said, it's like 5-10% actual knowledge in here that can be found somewhere else, and the rest is just infomercial ad for going to their website at MauiMastermind.com, because that was only mentioned probably 50 times. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this, but I'm glad I read it. Add it to the collection. So this book, I actually didn't like it so much. I'm about to read my first ever fiction book as an adult, so that one will be next. And a little spoiler, it's going to be The Three Musketeers by Damas, whatever that motherfucker's name was. Alexander Dumas. So, I'm excited about this one. Obviously, we know of the Three Musketeers, but I feel like not very many people know the actual story, and apparently it's really good from what I've read online from other people. But yeah, this one's coming next. Catch you guys later.